Good morning, everybody, and welcome back to the channel. My name is Josh. This is Native Nomads, and today what we're going to be working on is showing you exactly how to disassemble the interior of your Sprinter van prior to your van conversion. I was looking for a good video on how to do this and what needed to be taken apart and how to take those various components apart, and I could not find anything that was suitable for me, so I really had to just get into it on my own. If you are converting your Sprinter van, then you know that there's tons that you have to disassemble before you can start reassembling anything, and that's what this video is. I'm going to walk you through kind of step by step on how to do this. I'm going to be holding the camera inside the van, so it may get a little bit shaky, but I'll do my best to give you the best experience so you can kind of go step by step on what is necessary, the order it needs to be done, or at least the order that we did it, and hopefully help you guys in your Sprinter van conversion. Before we get started, I want to thank Surge Supply for sponsoring this entire video series. If you're not familiar with Surge Supply, they do custom cabinetry, custom floor panels, wall panels, ceiling kits, everything that you need to complete your Sprinter conversion or your van build. And they do it for you. It's all hand built. They ship you the products and you install them. It gives you time to spend exploring versus spending all of your time in just the conversion process. Yes, it probably costs a little bit money than doing it yourself, but what's more important, time versus money? For us, time is more important, and also they were willing to help us out in this conversion and bring this information to you guys as well. With all that being said, let's hop into how we disassembled everything and hopefully get you guys on the way to converting your own Sprinter. All right, so the first piece that you want to take off is this right here. This is your main fuse breaker to the entire Sprinter van. Once you take this off, you'll be able to mess with all the electrical components without having any issue of getting shocked or messing anything up. This, if you can see, it's kind of hard because it's not a great view, but it's just a little red tab. You push that red tab down, pull this back, and it disconnects from the main fuse in the van, which is right back there. You may be able to see that, and that's how you can just disarm all of the electrical components so you can get started on the demolition of the interior. All right, so here's where it gets a little bit tricky because I'm trying to hold the camera. I've already taken some of this stuff out, but you'll know exactly what I'm talking about if you've stood inside your Sprinter van looking around on what to do. Up here on both sides and along this section right here, you will have a foam block. Now you want to take that foam block out, but you want to be gentle with the foam block because it is something that you should probably upholster later on down the line to give everything a nice clean finish. But if you notice up here, there's tape, and this tape is what holds the foam block on. So it also has little hooks that connect to the side of the van. So don't just pull on it because you will pop those little foam hooks off. But this tape is what holds everything on, and there's some tape over here as well. Once you get those foam blocks off, you will have your headliner pretty much entirely exposed. You have these little clips that are up here. There's 1, 2, 3, 4 clips. And all you do is just get your hands back there and pull down really hard. A very quick movement will pop those clips off, and you won't break them if you do it that way. If you go slow and try to be ginger about it, then you are going to end up breaking them. So just know that you kind of have to be a little bit aggressive. Over here, you have your B pillars. Now, down at the bottom here, you'll see that we have this seatbelt bolt, and that seatbelt bolt goes right in here. You need to remove that seatbelt bolt, and then on this bolt down here, this is a tie down point. You're going to need to remove that. Once that's done, your B pillar will be ready to be taken off. That's all you have to do here. And all you have to do to get the B pillar off, again, there are 4 tabs. There's one here, here, and I believe these 2 up here. Oh no, so there's this one and this one, this one and this one. And then it hooks into this down here. So you just pop it off really hard and then lift up, and this whole column is then removed. After you get both of those off, it is the same exact process on the other side. You have 4 clips. You have the holes down here for where you're going to pull it off. You take your bolts off for your seat belts. You pop that off and your B-pillars are completely exposed. Okay, so one thing I forgot to mention already, and I'm trying to remember this as I go. Right here, there are 2 coat hooks. On these coat hooks, you just pull them upwards, and behind them's a screw. You unscrew it, and this comes right off, and then you can remove your B-pillar with those clips. That's something that you're going to need to do, otherwise you're just going to break things. Your 2 handles up here, you have 2 grab handles that are up here. They come out with Torx screws, so just take those out with Torx screws. And then, what is the other one? Oh, up here you have your visors. Again, your visors just come off with screws. It's nothing super complicated. One thing I recommend, all of our stuff that we take off is in individual Ziploc bags. It's all labeled and it's placed in a very specific location. You don't want to lose this stuff. It's not that it's expensive, but you are going to have to go back through and try to find these things later, or you're going to have to purchase new ones if you misplace them. So just keep them. Everything needs to be organized when you're doing this, because you are taking a lot off before you put anything back on. And you don't want to lose stuff and have to buy unnecessary items, because there are going to be purchases during your Sprinter build that you may not see coming. So anything that you can save anywhere is absolutely important. Now, once all of that's done, your headliner's down, you have all of this is exposed down here now. And those are just floor mats. Those floor mats come right up. They're connected up front. We'll try to get this in here. They're connected up front through these little tabs, and they're slid right up under here. So you just pull that stuff off, and you're able to get all of the liners down and the pad and get all that out of the way. Now your seats. It's the easiest thing that there is to do in this entire conversion so far. But I'm going to take this off here so I can show you. Each seat has 2 harnesses that need to be removed. There's a big yellow one and a small white one. That's all you need to disassemble in order to remove your seats. Once that's done on both the driver and passenger side, there's 4 bolts, 1 in each corner. You unscrew those with a Torx socket, and then pull those right off, and you're completely done with your seats. The seats are not very heavy. You can take them out, you can move them around, put them where you need to put them. We have them covered up. Again, when you take your seats out and you put them somewhere, just cover them. They're expensive. You don't want to have to buy new ones. We are going to install swivel seats on here, and we'll show you the swivels that we use once we get to that point, but we're nowhere near that piece. Another thing, let me switch hands here because this camera gets heavy after a while. Sorry if it's shaky. You have this big wiring harness here. This is something that I've been trying to figure out, and what a lot of people do is they almost make an angle. Their last ceiling panel is an angle, so it covers this, so you don't have to remove it. I'm not going to remove it, but I am going to pop all of these clips. That way I can tuck it up in there and hide it behind my ceiling. Running across, you have each one of these wiring harnesses that goes to a light inside the Sprinter. I have disconnected all of those, and I have taken all of those lights out and just set them to the side. These are the lights I'm talking about. There is one over here that I took down. I forget where the other one went, but I'm taking these off for right now. There are 2 that I disconnected, and I just popped these clips right out using a trim tool. If you can use a trim tool or you have access to a trim tool, use it. It'll save you time and effort. And this will, I don't know what I'm going to do with this yet. I don't know if I'm going to use it. I'm not real sure. I just wanted to get everything out of the way because, as you can tell, I'm standing in a hollow metal fuselage, essentially. And there's no echo anymore. And the reason there's no echo is because the kill mat is installed and we have most of the insulation done. We used Havelock wool. There'll be another video coming about the Havelock wool, why we went that way, and how you can
do it. There are tons of videos on the Havelock wool, so I'm not going to spend a lot of time showing you how to install it. It's relatively easy, but more so how much to purchase, because you see so many people showing you how to do stuff, but you never really know how much of something to buy, how much is too much, how much you need, how much you don't need. So that's essentially what we've done. Now, I did not take this all the way down. There is an airbag back behind here, and there's an airbag up here. I have no reason to take this down. I simply popped it off, and you can see the Havelock wool is up there. We stuck kill mat up in this section, and I think we used 3 or 4 pieces of kill mat, and then we put about 2 or 3 pieces of full bats of Havelock wool up here to insulate this whole area. A lot of sun hits here. You're going to receive a lot of different temperatures coming through here. I'm sorry, I'm not explaining that very well, but this is something that you want to make sure you insulate and you kill mat, because it will help your van's temperature regulate itself. But other than that, we have not done anything else. It took us about 35 minutes to disassemble this, and that was with no video instruction whatsoever. So I hope that this video is helpful for you if you're trying to disassemble your van for the first time and you're unable to find something that will help you do that. But that's all that I have. I'm going to get back to the process today. I did get the roof rack on. The video on the roof rack will be coming soon. I did put one solar panel up there, but I'm going to purchase different solar panels and move one of the panels to my power wagon. There's a whole lot of things going on, but that is where we are today. I hope this video helps you if you're looking for how to disassemble it. If you haven't already, subscribe to the channel so you could come along for more adventures. We would love to have you visit our website, nativenomads.us. We will have a full build sheet on the Sprinter, so you can literally click from the website and purchase whatever items you're looking to purchase. Some of those will be affiliate links. Others will just be links to companies that I feel are valuable. So all that said, have a good one, and we'll see you guys on the next one.